6 to 7 Figure Show, episode 65. Let's hit it.
Broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun outside Phoenix, Arizona. This is the 6 to 7 Figure Show. Tired of working so hard and having no time? Take your six-figure practice and turn it to a thriving seven-figure enterprise. And now, your host, author, speaker, mentor, and strategist, Frank Bria.
Hey everyone, welcome to the 6 to 7 Figure Show. I'm your host, Frank Bria, and today we are going to have a special episode, a series of trainings that we are talking about, which are going to be the 12 critical projects that you need to execute in your business in order to hit 100K a month in your service business using a high-ticket program. There's a lot of focus that we spend on the design up front, but we are going to be focusing on one of those projects today. So we're going to cut over to training on one of those projects. And after the training's done, come back, hang with us, and I will give you a way for you to get a copy of some of this training for yourself. And we'll turn it over to there. Hey everyone, Frank Bria here. And we have reached the 12th project of the 12 days of seven figures, which got a little elongated this week. So I apologize about that. But this is the last one we're going to talk about. We've gone through the 12 projects you need to execute in order to hit seven figures in your service business with a group program. And today we're going to talk about the last one. Now, conversion events are basically in place to help your client move from your Ascension offer to your inner circle offer. Now, people use events for a lot of different things. People do use them sometimes from your core offer to your Ascension offer, but unless your Ascension offer is really high price, like above $35,000, you shouldn't have to do that. Just getting good results out of your core offer should get people into your Ascension offer. But getting from Ascension to inner circle can often take work. Some people's inner circle offers are $40, $50, $60, $70,000. And if that's the case, you may need an event to make that happen. Now, live events are tricky. Okay, this project may be one of the very last ones you actually put together because there's a lot of risk. Costs can get high. People may not show up. You have to proceed with caution. But having a conversion event between your Ascension offer to your inner circle offer is a great way to get people into your highest paying program. All right, first, a little bit on events in general. There are two major kinds of events: delivery events and conversion events. They're different. They're structured differently and they have different purposes. Don't try to do both at the same time. In a delivery event, you simply deliver services to your clients. It's a part of your overall structure. In those cases, they've paid for the event, in most cases, high prices, because they're going to get value and you need to ensure that you deliver that value. The event is one of the 5 building blocks of scalable delivery, and so you've chosen it to use for that purpose. Even if you enroll people at the event, that should be a side gig, a side thing. It's not the main purpose. In a conversion event, you're going to use a very particular formula in order to encourage continued work together, usually into your highest priced inner circle offer. So how you structure the event, whether it's 2 days or 3, and when you decide to pitch during the event is going to be different depending on your offer and audience. But I want to walk you through the major structural components that need to be included. All right, step 1, implementation. Spend some time during your conversion event to actually implement something. Your clients should walk away with value, regardless if they move into your next program or not. So design something they can do immediately. If possible, move beyond planning into actual action. Get creative, get them on their computers, get them on the phone, have them talk to people, have them upload something. Leverage the time together to do something quick, but that's a big win with big leverage. So having people feel like they got something done is a really important step of the process, and it's going to serve as motivation for them wanting to continue to work with you. All right, step 2, journey anchoring. Now, this is a really important emotional, motivational portion of the event. Spend some time explaining the journey from here. Done correctly, you'll have folks in your Ascension offer at some point during their 12-month journey, or similarly, depending on what your offer is. Okay. What comes next? That's the fundamental question that people need to understand. So anchoring means outlining details and getting people emotionally hooked on that outcome. You want your attendees' mouths to water over the 3-year journey milestone that you've laid out in your customer journey map. And you do that using 3 important techniques. First, motivation. You need to ask the question, why is this journey the right one? Why is it important to you? Why should it be important to them? They need to understand why the next step is the one that they need to take. 2, proof. Use case studies. Leverage attendees at the event if possible, especially those who have already been there. Use them as panelists or speakers. Just get people up on stage who have been through this journey before so they can talk firsthand about what that's like. And 3, urgency. Explain the cost of inaction. What's at stake if they don't go on the journey? Where will they likely end up instead? I'll give you an example. One exercise that I like to do at live events is to have people write down what they want to make over the next 12 months and then write down what they would do if they actually hit that goal. They write down the things they would buy, the things they would do. And then I have them basically cross all of that stuff out physically on the piece of paper and tell them that that's what's going to happen if they don't take action in the next 90 days. All that stuff goes out the window. So it's a pretty jarring experience for people, but it's really motivating. Step 3, offer. Your inner circle offer should be a natural opportunity to continue to work with your clients, but don't fall into the trap of making this a hangout mastermind. Okay. Those things rarely scale because they rely basically on the star status of the entrepreneur rather than the value that they generate. You can't pull it off more than once or twice. There's just no way. You can't get people to fan status that fast. The offer should be limited. There should only be a few spots. It should be highly intimate, but don't sacrifice on the processes needed to get your client the outcome they want. Make sure you connect the dots for them between the offer and the outcome. All right, step 4, resolve concerns. In any high-level investment, there are going to be a lot of people who are sitting on the fence. They want the offer, but they're nervous. They're not quite ready to make the decision. Make sure you take time to speak to those folks. Now, some attendees are going to conclude the offer is not for them. That's fine. Those are not the ones that you want to focus on. Keep in mind that concerns really only fall into 3 major buckets. Your program isn't clear, you're not completely credible, or the client isn't sure of themselves. Those are really it. Questions about affordability are kind of broken down into 2 categories. You either have the money and don't want to spend it, or you just don't have the money. There's literally not a lot you can do about the second group. But the first group concern isn't about money. It's about the 3 objection areas I just covered. So have Q&A sessions for those people who are on the fence. Let them ask their questions and make sure that you redirect and re-anchor the questions back to one of those 3 areas. Find out which one really is the issue. So ask some follow-up questions and dig in. Do some spot coaching with people who are on the fence. For example, questions about program details, like someone says, how many meetings are there? All right, that's really a question about whether they understand the program and are convinced it works. Because if they really thought the program worked, they wouldn't really care how many meetings there were. They would just sign up and worry about that later. So don't just answer the question that's asked, like how many meetings there are. Focus on the big picture. In other words, does the person truly understand how the program works and how you'll get them the outcome that you want? Step 5, close in real time. It's common for high-ticket programs to require some kind of strategy session. So don't take applications for strategy sessions here at the event. Take deposits. Now, you should try to screen in real time at the event so that you get things kicked off as soon as possible. If you really have to do some kind of post-event session, then get a deposit and refund it if the strategy session doesn't go well. But ideally, your inner circle offer should kick off towards the end of the event. For example, do a special lunch on day 3 or add a bonus day at the end for the people who join the program. That creates urgency for those who were in attendance so that they'll take action quickly. All right. It's a ton of different ways to create an event. There's strategies and scripts for various techniques, NLP and psychology. They will all generally work if you build in the 5 processes that I talked about. It's less important, the logistics. How many hours in the day do you keep them until 10 o'clock and get them exhausted, or do you do something else? As long as you actually get real work done to motivate continuity to continue to work with you, and that you can show how that's going to work. Design your event right, and you'll have a great funnel, basically, to put people into your highest end offer. All right, that is it that I've got for you on conversion events. I'll put the notes to the training here as a comment, and that's been it for the 12 days. Now, here's a special bonus. I'm going to do one more training later today on content as a bonus. And we're going to talk about the different content areas that you should be including in your marketing based on the psychological positioning and journey of your customer. But that's it for Project 12. Hope this has been useful. Let me know in the comments if you're planning on doing an event sometime soon, and we can talk through the strategy. All right, everyone, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, everyone, that's it for today. And 2 things that you want to do. Number 1, if you have not had a chance to join our Facebook group, you need to be able to do that. This is really where we're going to be discussing a lot of this stuff in detail. You can actually, in the Facebook group, get written documentation of the project that we just discussed. So where you want to go to is facebook.com/groups/high ticket program. All together in one word, no breaks, no dashes, high ticket program. So facebook.com/groups/high ticket program. That link is below the video or in the show notes page. If you're out and about listening audio, come on back to click on through and join. Absolutely free. Other thing that we want to offer you is called our 12-week high ticket program Black Book. This is over 60 pages of standard operating procedures for designing, launching, executing your high ticket program. The way you get that is you go to frankbria.com/blackbook. Again, the link is below here for you to grab that. High ticket program is our Facebook group. The Black Book is our free 60-page standard operating manual for how to run a group program. Go get that at frankbria.com/blackbook, and we will see you there. Thanks again so much for being with us today. We're going to have great content again coming up soon, so stick with us for our next episode, and we'll see you soon. All right, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.